Yeah, guys, it means the governor can give $1 million a week to food banks across Oklahoma. However, that money is not an unlimited supply.
We have been preparing for this for the last 3 weeks in anticipation, as we knew that this was happening, and we're starting to think about December 1st as well as some other things become unfunded.
Governor Stitt was joined by Speaker of the House Kyle Hilbert and Senate President Pro Tem Lonnie Paxton at a contingency review board meeting Monday. They're providing some financial relief in the short term, but they're already thinking about December and lack of funding for other things as the federal government shutdown goes on.
First, you're talking about military, Medicaid, there's other things that'll potentially pop up.
I know on my way here, I passed a church where there was a long line out the door of folks in line receiving those food packages.
Here's what the meeting accomplished. $7.8 million is now cleared for use out of the state's emergency fund. The governor is allowed to give up to $1 million of that money to food banks in all 77 state counties per week. But that $7.8 million is only available until it runs out.
Food banks use the funds only to buy or distribute food or other direct nutritional assistance to elderly, disabled, and child recipients of the Supplemental Nutrition Assistance Program residing in Oklahoma and who lost access to benefits due to the ongoing federal shutdown.
They also authorized $72,000 to upgrade state computer software and capability to allow non-federal deposits to SNAP users to go directly to their cards. Currently, that capability does not exist.
We actually cannot make deposits onto SNAP cards, even if we wanted to.
And Jason, I wanted to mention this because SNAP was not the only topic discussed during this meeting. The Senate leader, Lonnie Paxton, was asked if Oklahoma, the minimum wage here, needs to be increased.
And Abby, the short answer is no. In fact, he cited income taxes as the main reason why. Here's part of what he said about that earlier.
If you look at the tax rolls and who pays income taxes, there's basically nobody making minimum wage. I have kids that work on my farm that come out of high school. If I try to pay them minimum wage, they wouldn't ever show up. So the minimum wage thing, I think, is something that I'm not going to support. The way that state question is written is going to be very detrimental to the business community.
And what we still don't know is when SNAP users could see any of those new benefits on their cards. Live at the Capitol tonight, Jason Berger, KOCO 5 News.